Cavan O'Caolain, I think it's unavoidable to say that it has been, at this stage, even at the tally stage, it's been a disappointing day for Sinn Fein in Cavan.
Disappointing, certainly, but of course it's not over yet. We are just seeing the passage of the first count, the result not yet known. I'm heartened by the fact that some of our candidates have done exceptionally well. I'm thinking of the Bailieborough Cotill area with Paddy MacDonald and Bridget Boyle. Bridget, a first-time candidate, and they're almost equally divided around the 700 and something votes each, which is, not to be sneezed at all. I mean, a combined vote of in excess of 1,500 first preferences.
Is that perhaps voter management working too well?
Good voter management.
Too well?
I mean,
no,
I don't think you've worked too well or too good. I think we've done very well. The fact that we may not retain our seats certainly is something of real concern. I do believe we will be represented on Cavan County Council at the conclusion of this count. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that will pan out. Noel Connell and Geraldine Harton have both performed very well. It is true that our vote has dropped in some respects in some areas, but there is work to be done. Damien Brady is still there with a very realistic prospect of success. So we're not writing off any of the three electoral areas here in County Cavan. We're holding our fire until we see the final result, and that will tell us very much about the face of Sinn Fein going forward here in County Cavan over the next 5 years.
Nationally, Sinn Fein are down in the polls by the looks of things. Is that reflective of, I suppose, a number of issues, one in particular being the fact that you're an All-Ireland party and therefore All-Ireland responsibilities, but people see you struggling to strike a deal or make weight in terms of getting the Stormont Assembly back up and running?
Struggling. Well, I can assure you the struggle isn't unique to us. The struggle would be for anyone at all having to try and reach an agreement in relation to the equality agenda with the DUP. And I think our own Foreign Minister here, Simon Coveney, would be the first to acknowledge it, because for months on end, even though he was attending at Stormont, they weren't meeting him at all. So, I mean, it's not unique to Sinn Fein. We have real difficulties, anyone at all, in trying to reach an accommodation with the DUP, because they're naysayers. They're no men and women in relation to the equality agenda, be it Irish language rights, be it LGBT rights, be whatever it might be. Their tendency and disposition is to take a very fundamentalist, conservative, right-wing position, saying no. So, there's a big job of work, and the primary responsibility, with all respect, doesn't fall on Sinn Fein. The primary responsibility falls on the two governments, who are the fundamental guarantors of the hope and promise of the Good Friday Agreement, and they have to step up to the plate and do an awful lot more than they have been doing. I won't fault Simon Coveney. I do believe that he has made an earnest effort, but I have it to say that the British government have been absolutely at fault in their failure to address the DUP's position, not least because they're beholden to them in terms of the numerical makeup of the House of Commons over this past period of time since the last Westminster election. So, all of these things have to be faced, and those who are first and foremost responsible need to be, they need to be pointed out. This notion of Sinn Fein are failing, that's nonsense. Sinn Fein are there realistically committed to securing an agreement, and in fact we had negotiated an agreement that the DUP team of negotiators weren't then able to sell to their own party and organisation. So no lack of effort on our part, Seamus.
We'll end on a positive note. Matt Carthy doing very well in Europe.
Absolutely.
Back in track.
Yeah.
Do you think his vote being down slightly is because there are very clear ambitions for him to step up and run for the general election when that is called?
Yes, absolutely, and I hope that still will be the case. But I mean, Matt Carthy is an experienced MEP. We're not going to suspend his political service because the current government and Fianna Fáil don't know when they're going to hold the next general election. We want Matt and his talents and energy to be employed in the service of the people of the Midlands North and West constituency. Matt Carthy is the very best voice that the people could have chosen, and I'm so proud today that the people of his home county of Monaghan voted for him 38.8% in the first preference position, with Mairead McGuinness coming in 22 percentage points, 16 points behind him. So the people of Monaghan, I know the people of Cavan too, have given Matt Carthy a huge statement of support in this election. I'm looking forward to seeing Matt returned and in time, hopefully, coming back with Pauline Tully, giving real service, energetic representation to the people of Cavan and Monaghan, and that's what Sinn Fein will be about.